Hello everybody. Don't know about you, but I am ready for a beer. Today, Greenwich Winter Spiced Porter. And this is a Marks and Spencer's beer, brewed by Meantime Brewing Company. And it says, this ale is brewed by the Meantime Brewery using 7 different malts and British hops to produce a very well balanced traditional London porter. Adding cinnamon and allspice adds a lovely aromatic depth. We shall see. Nice and dark, as you would expect. So, that's about 5.5% by volume. You can smell the allspice and the cinnamon, but it still smells of beer as well. That's nice. You get the cinnamon and allspice as soon as the beer hits your mouth. Very quickly that fades and you just get a fairly standard but decent porter flavour. But then after you've swallowed it, the allspice is still there on the aftertaste. That's pretty good, that. Greenwich Winter Spiced Porter from Marks and Spencer's. That's a recommendation. Now, a couple of shout outs. First one is a subscriber of mine, Mike King. That's his channel name as well. He sent me a message. He's getting into collecting traditional folding knives, and in order to fund his collection, he said he's got quite a selection of knife making materials. He used to make his own fixed blades apparently, so he's got these materials, don't know what they are, but he's looking to sell them. So if anybody out there is looking to buy knife making materials, if you wanted to give Mike a message, I'll put a link in the box below. See what he's got, see whether you can come to any arrangements. That's Mike King. The other shout out is for a chap called Larry Witt. A couple of days ago, Larry left a comment on a video I did about this knife, the Elk Ridge ER052. And his comment was simply, I think you should throw it in the trash. And to be fair, that's a perfectly reasonable suggestion, because the knife is an absolute shocker. It's rubbish. But he also left another comment, the first one I'd noticed from this fella. I'm not sure what makes him think I've got no friends. I had a look at his channel just to see if he was like a spotty teenage basement dweller. And he's not, he's a proper fully grown man. He's only got 1 subscriber though, poor fella. I'm not surprised really, because if his opening gambit in Conversations with Strangers is "I bet you have no friends," that's probably got a lot to do with it. So that's Larry Witt, by name if not by nature. And so we come to the main business. I've got a knife unboxing. It's another birthday unboxing. My two nephews, well, the Mrs. Nicest Knives' nephews, so they may possibly be my nephews-in-law, Dan and Tom, they each gave me a big fistful of money for my birthday. Before you think it's a bit odd taking money off children, Dan and Tom are both grown men and in gainful employment. So I cheerfully accepted the big fistfuls of money. And Dan, no it wasn't, it was Tom, gave me a specific instruction to spend it on a knife. So I did. And it arrived the other week. Join me at the desktop. We'll have a look what I spent the birthday money on. Right then, here's the box. Time for a sneaky peek. I'm only cutting the tape rather than slashing the box open because I think it might be a useful box to reuse. Seems like a good size. Right, we're in. Let's see what we've got. Bags of air. Paperwork. Knife. Now, check the focus. Bubble wrap. Fairly basic sheath, usual style that you see with French knives. Black leather. Here's the knife. Now, how's that on camera? Focus. Right. So, what do we think? First impressions seem quite good. It's a large single blade slip joint with a corkscrew. Guillochage file work on the spine of the knife and on the back spring, and I believe it carries on under the corkscrew as well. Yes. Steel liners, steel bolsters. So where we have the two gaps in the end, there's a pin across there so you can put a lanyard on if you want. 3 steel pins on either side, and this is violet wood. Brushed finish on the bolsters. Fit and finish is looking good. The head of the spring has got this mounting design. These square corners are a little bit crisp, I must admit. So this is, as it says on the blade, Le Vercors. Now we can see 12C27, France. Nothing on the other side. So, are we still in focus? Up to now, I think I'm very pleased with this. Spine of the knife is flush with the back spring. One thing that can be a worry with French knives, they don't have a big kick there, and depending on how they shape the inside of the back spring, you can sometimes get nicks in the edge where it hits the curve on the back spring, so we'll have to see how that pans out. Nice full flat grind, satin finish, very pointy. So, have we got some paper? We'll go straight in with the phone book paper, see how we get on. Nothing wrong with that at all. Very nice edge. Very nice edge indeed. There's the run in there is a little bit longer than perhaps it needs to be. But there may be, I think there is a little step in there. I shall have to check that out to hold the spring off. No half stop. Blade centering is not spot on, slightly off, but nowhere near off enough to cause any kind of a problem. And I don't think the edge is hitting the back spring. Of course, the easiest way to tell is just to snap it shut and look for the dent. But I'm not going to do that because this is my new toy. So this is just a sneaky peek unboxing, but I will show you a couple of close-ups just so you can have a proper look. But there will be a full review in the fullness of time. Thanks for watching.